From the last time, we have seen the glimpse of data manipulation. We read this data set and we turn it into a proper data type, and you can see from this section. And then now we are going to do the numerical operation such as multiplication, subtraction, and so on. In this case, well, I think it would be better to do it on the old faithful data set. So in this case, I will copy the code. You don't have to reread the data; it's already there. But I just want I just want it to be in the same cell. So I will just copy it. Anything you run above, it can be reused. So now we have Old Faithful back. In this case, if I want to add duration with 2, it can also be done easily. You just put the plus sign here with 2, right? Okay, you can do this. Okay, this one is new data, new after adding 2. This one is not, right? It changed. It has changed. Or if you want to minus 3, it also can be done. Minus 3. See? Simple. Multiply with 5 is also simple, like this one. And maybe divide by 2. Just this one. It's simple, right? Anyway, but maybe you want to put the 2 columns together and multiply the first column with the second column. The second column is waiting time, right? Okay, can copy this one, put here. You can also do that. It will multiply the first column to second column here. It is easy. The mechanism is simple. If you have the same index, for example, like this one, it will multiply the same row together. This one, the index of this one is 0, right? And index of this one is also 0. Then you can multiply it together. You may have different data set, different objects. You may have data 1 and data 2 read from different source. If you want to multiply or add from different source, be sure to make the index the same, like this one, unless it will be failed. You cannot multiply the one that having different length. Okay, and again, after you doing this, it will not change the original of this data. You have to assign back, but in this case, I won't assign to not duration. I will assign to the new data. Can you see the screen? It is too small. It's okay or not? A little bit bigger, right? Okay, cool. In this case, I don't want to assign back to duration because duration is duration, right? This one is the product of between these two. I will change it to maybe this one. Duration x what waiting time. Yes, assign back, maybe not x, maybe this one. Underscore and duration time and run it. Yes, in this way, you can create a new column using this statement. Assign back to another column. You can assign to anything you want. You can type anything here. So it's create a new column here from these two columns using this one. Simple, right? Well, actually, there is another way. Let me show you, but you don't have to worry that you can remember it or not. To access to this column, you don't have to use this way. You can just data dot duration. It's okay, like this one. Well, if you have ever used Colab before, you can put the control and space. It will hint you which one does it have. Well, in this case, maybe I have to put the D, maybe duration. Yes, it appears here. If you cannot remember the name of the column, you can use this way. You just put the dot and the maybe first letter of that column and then hit control space. Sometimes it works, sometimes it may not work. I'm not sure why, but if you put only simple expression like this one, it will work. But if it's like the type dot something like this one, well, in Colab it works. It's nice. But if you use Jupyter Notebook, it may not work. Anyway, but I have no problem with it. I just just have a look at the data set. It's fine. And well, actually, in sometimes it also suggests the name, right? Yeah, something like this one. I think Colab is quite smart nowadays. Um, anyway, this is a way you can do so many things, so much more on numerical data. It can be maybe something else. You can learn um from from online tutorial later. Well, now I want to talk about index and value. As I mentioned before, each data contains each data frame, pandas data frame. contain actually now it's three things. The first one is index, which is a number here in both character. You just put the dot index here. You get the index, and this index is like a range index, start from 0 and stop at this number. Sometimes it can be another type, like date time, like something else. But this is index. Another thing is the value, right? When you display the data frame here, you can also see the number here, right? This one is value. In this value, I think you can guess how can get this value. Simple, right? Just var.value with s. Always put it in plural form and then run. You get the value of the data in numpy array format. But I don't think we should do this one. Maybe in some case we may have to get only the value from the data frame. Well, if we cannot remember the column name, instead of display the data frame, all of them, like this one, we can get only the column name using, can you guess? Columns. Yes, it will show you the column name. Now you can use that for later. It's okay. You can select it. Maybe I want to get the first column to the before last column. I can do that. Okay, this is the three things. That is an element of data frame. But if you select the one column like this one, the column will not be appear here. What you do is only select one column. It turns into series. But again, series also consists of index, like this one, and also its value, like this one, in numpy array format. Simple, right? Well, actually, series also still contain the name of the series here. But anyway, it's not important for now. The main element of the series is index and value. Okay. Now, actually, you may sometimes use it later. Let's say you have a copy of this column. You do something else, and you want to merge a copy of this column back to its original. You may have to select the same index and assign it back. Sometimes you might use it. Maybe I will show an example to use it later in another class, in the next class. So don't worry about that for now. Okay. Oh, okay. For string operation, we can also do something with string, as I demonstrate to you first, right? For example, what is that? Column one? Oh, okay. For string operation, maybe we have to go back to another data set, which is not this one, not you, you. Okay, this one. Let me read it first. Okay, dataset dot Excel. As you can see, this column looks okay, and I am also show you how to slide the string in the first column. Let me do something on this column. Well, in column 3, which is already in string format, I can slide the string using this one, right? After um, changing its type to string, we can use this way, and maybe we can put any number. Let's say 5. It will slide from 0 to 5, like this one. Well, actually, we can do something else. For example, the title here. I don't want dot on your title. It must be just only MR here. We can use the replace. You got that one right? Now if we run it, we have MR dot. I don't want dot to be here. I want it to be something else, maybe dash. We can use the string dot replace, the same as the primitive Python, right? We can use replace. We will replace dot with dash. So the dot here will be changed into another form, right? In dash. But if you want to remove, you can just put the empty string here. Now it's gone. Now it's gone. Well, I will not assign it back, but please be aware to assign it back like this one. But in this case, I will not do this. I will not do that. Well, actually, if you are carefully inspect into this data, well, your name is not in the well format. Let me show you. You may not spot it yet. Let me show you. If you put this thing like this one, oh, it's hard to be found. But after you select the column, you might see some space here. It is not it's not in good shape, right? Well, I may well it's still not clear. Let me show you using this command. Don't worry what it is, you will know it later. But I will select only this one. See, this string also contain a space here, right? Which I don't want any space. What I can do, is to put the data here, column 3, dot string, and strip it like this one. Space will gone. You may not see the difference, right? Let me show you again. This is the original one. You see, the space is here. Some of them may contain space. But I want it gone. I don't want to see it. Close my eye is not solution. You can use this one. Strip it. Space at the front and at the back of the string will be gone. And well, let's try something more challenging. Let's say I don't want your title here. I want it gone. What can I do? In this case, if you have string like this one, let's say its name, we can split it using space, right? I will split it using space. This string will be turned into a list like this one. And you can omit the first part of this list. You can get the remainder here, and join back into its original form, like this one. Well, it's quite complex, isn't it? Actually, we can put it into a function. Let's say we define function here, and this function is like a remove title. It takes a full name and do this thing and return back. And what you can do is to apply this function into your data. This one dot apply. Put the name of the function and run. See, some of the name, the title is gone, but some of them are not. Well, actually, it's a case that we have space here at the front. Now it removed the first part, but the title is still remain. So I will have to assign this step first to strip this column. Now it's gone. If you don't have any idea to write this, you can put something like a sum function and imagine that if this function iterates through this data, what it will be. At the first time, it will take the first row, put into this function, and transform it and return it back. And then the second row and the third row here. Anyway, this is not vectorized. If this is not vectorizing, it will be quite slow. If you use this way to manipulate your data, if you can do, I suggest you to do something with different way. For example, in this case, I might split it. We can also split the data here. Split. Oh, we have to put the string first and split it with space, like this one. Well, now it will turn into list. Well, but this way I don't think is quite good because we cannot do anything with lists in vectorized way. I suggest you to maybe expand it. You can put this parameter expand. It will expand your data into different columns, into another data frame, and then you can merge it back into one column. Well, but actually it still contains the first column. Actually, I don't want this one. You see, the rest will be known, and I don't think this is good way to do that. What I want to do, I wanted to split only first part like this one. I can put another parameter, the number of splitting here, which I want it to split only one space. So now it will turn into title and the full name here. What you have to do is just to select the column 1 like this. Then you get the full name without title. This way is faster than the first way. If you can do vectorized thing way, I suggest you to do this way. But if you cannot, well, you just do the first way. It's okay. It's not that slow. And actually, there is so many things. For example, you can find the length of the data set here. I mean the name here. You just put the string dot length and so on. There is so many things. I suggest you to Google for it. If you want to do something, there might be a function for you. Well, but this is the basic data manipulation. Okay. Next, we are running out of time. Okay, I will make it fast for now. Next, the function apply and map. For function apply, I think you know that already, right? From this one, you have function and you want to apply the function into this one. You can use apply in this case. So now I will show you how to use map. From map, I will turn the last column, which is data set. If it is number 1, I want it to turn to be customer. If it's number 2, I want it to be any. I want it to map to different value. In this case, because this one is floating point, but this is integer, I'm not sure it will work or not. But let's see. Map with mapper. Oh, it worked. That's great. It worked. Now, if I assign back to its original data frame, you will see what it looks like. At first, this column is just a number, right? This time, it turned to be a customer, animal, financial. And this is your homework. Surprise! Well, actually, don't worry, it's not that hard. Um, this is your homework, and I think some of you may have no name in here. When you running this code from the start, you will get this data set, right? If you be able to run it, or maybe you can go home and look at the third part of this lecture, you can see this one. So, I will tell you about the homework later. Anyway, this is how you use map to map one thing to another thing. Okay. Now, in the next section is conditional selection. If you want to select the student having this dataset as a homework, you can also do that. Let me show you. First thing, you have to select the column, like this one. You get three of this column. And you want to check whether this one is a customer or not. You can make this statement equal to customer. If it is the same, if we return true on that row, if it's not, it will be false. And you can save this one into the temporary variable like this one. And then you put it back to this one. It is conditional selection. It will select only the row that satisfy this condition. Well, actually, you can omit this one. Many people do that. Just put it here. So we don't have to have the first part. So it will be like this. And if you have different kind two conditions, for example, let me read it back to its original form. This one, the data will be a number, right? The third column here, it will be in numerical data. And you want to select the one that's greater than 0. You can also do this. And if you have another condition, you must put it in bracket, right? This one. And for and, you have to use ampersand. You cannot use and like Like this one, you cannot use that one. You have to use ampersand and put another condition. It's fine. In this case, I want to select the one that lesser or equal to 2. So this the only number 1 and 2 will be select. You can also use this one. You can also put the negation. Well, I want to select the opposite row of this condition. You can also put not here. I mean the not, the literally not here, like this one. Well, but this one is not work. It will not going to work. You have to put the tilde, which is quite a problem for many people to write this character. Well, when you want to change keyboard layout, you just press it until this one appears. This one called tilde. If you put tilde here, it will flip the condition here. If this condition is true, it will become false. Well, in this case, it will select only 3. Okay, and finally, not yet, the old faithful. Now this data set is 30. Instead of the number, let me show you. Instead of just only a number, it will be missing value here. It will be some string in the column. In this case, we should check the type first. As you can see, waiting time, it is not float anymore because there is something in that column. Well, anyway, we will look into it later. You have to go. Let's explore the first one. We cannot see any missing value. If your data missing, let me show you. If you open the file, oh, it's quite small. How can I? Okay, you see some of them is missing. Like this one, when you read it into the data frame, it will become something that show appear to you as a NaN. Let me copy. Anyway, let me show you. This one, NaN, not a number. This means the data is missing. It's not a number. You can't do anything to it. The result of doing anything with this one, it will be NaN. For example, if you use this column multiply with another column. Oh, actually, I cannot do that. I forgot. I totally forgot that I cannot do this one because this column is not a number. It's in another format. I cannot do that. It will error. Yes. But anyway, it will become NaN, and it will not be good. It will be nightmare for you. Let's say you make a model from it. You want it to run something, and the result is all NaN. If you want to spot a NaN, you want to spot missing, you can use is now. Now, NaN, non. It's actually the same. If the data is missing, you can use is now to get that row. See, we have, well, anyway, we have some row in the first column as nan. If you don't want it to be nan, you can select, you can put the negation here, right? Or maybe you can put the not now, like this one. And you can fill the nan. Let's say this one, the right number 6, 20, 21, this one is nan. You can fix the nan using this statement, duration dot fill na. You can replace the nan maybe with 0. You can put 0 here. So the nan will be replaced. Let me select some of them for you. 6, 21, 33. See? At first, it's nan, but now it's 0. Okay, the nan will be replaced, but another column will still not good for us. Anyway, let me continue to do some statistic calculation. I want to find the mean, max, mean, and median of this column. What I can do is select that column and put the mean. If you get the minimum. Wow, the minimum is negative. It's a minus 500. Duration is actually a number. It shouldn't be a negative, right? So maybe this data is maybe invalid. You can also find the maximum of that one. You just put maximum in this number. Duration is in this number. For mean, I think you can guess it. For mean, you can put the mean function like this one. And for median, you can put the median here. Yes. When you do data exploration, you should find the min, max, mean, median. So you will spot something might be wrong in that data set. And actually there is another way. Let me show you the type. Oh, actually, there's type. No. Certainly forgot how to spell describe. Oh, actually, in the describe. Well, it will count the mean standard deviation, min map for you. You just use the describe. Anyway, another column here is not in numerical data, so it cannot do that for you. You have to clean it first. You have to remove some of something that's weird. first. The last one is unique. Well, I don't want to. I want to find the weird thing that appear in the waiting time column. Well, you can use unique for that, but it is a continuous number. So actually this one may not good. Anyway, but in this case, we can use that one. As you can see, each number is in string. We have around 200 rows of this data, but it will summarize only unique value. If we have 79 value, it will summarize into one like this. But as you can see, some of them contain dash here. That's why it cannot be read as a number. N unique is the number of unique of that data. Another one is value count. It will count the unique value, each of them. For example, 83, it contains 1483 in that data. Okay. Now, it is end for today. I will make this notebook better and will send it to you by tonight. And for homework, your TA will send you this data set, these 3 data sets. What you have to do is visualize that data, maybe histogram, line plot, anything. But it would be nice if you spot something weird in that data set. For example, I don't know. Let me show some example. Customer. For customer, there is an age, right? But it might be a negative value for age, which is not valid, right? No one have negative age. In this case, if you can spot that one, you write it into maybe in Word, Microsoft Word or anything. Make it a PDF. But if you cannot spot anything that weird, you just show just a plot and submit into my plot wheel. I think I will give you the due date will be 16. Is that okay for you? It's Sunday. Okay. The due date will be 16. Okay. And actually, oh, I forgot that one. If you want to know, which of you, which one you have to do, you just go to this blog. Well, I will send it to you, the final version. Well, but the first person will have to do data exploration on this one. Don't worry, it is not that serious. You may spot the something weird or not. It's okay if you don't. But at least you do the data visualization, or if you have problem, feel free to ask me or UTA. Okay, it will end for today. Thank you for your attention.